Hello, this is Jessica again with another fun tool you can utilize in the flipped classroom or to increase student engagement when you're teaching. Today I'm going to introduce you to Prezi. And Prezi is based on the idea of a PowerPoint presentation that takes it to another level by eliminating the basic slides and instead showcasing your information in a more dynamic, cinematic way. Prezi.com offers an educational pro plan for individuals or groups, but you can create a free personal account with basic access. There is additional storage and increased support for purchasing a plan. However, I've been using Prezis in my classroom for a few years now, and I haven't needed to upgrade my account, so I think you'd probably be okay with the free version for a while. At Prezi.com, you can click on the Get Started button to create your account. Once your account has been created, you'll be in your personal Prezi dashboard, showing all of the Prezis you've collaborated on, created, or copied. At the top of the dashboard, there are 3 links. Your Prezis will always take you back to your personal dashboard. That's the page we're on now. Explore will let you see Prezis created by others. Learn and Support will show you tutorials and technical help, if you need it. Okay, first we're going to take a look at Explore and see some of the ways that you can use Prezis that are created by others. Here, you'll see suggestions made by Prezi, but you can also search for a specific topic. We'll do a quick search on similes. You just type it in the search bar, click on the Show Reusable Prezis Only, and then hit the search magnifying glass. Public Prezis on the topic of similes will appear. You can look through all the available Prezis to find the one that suits your needs. All of these are going to be public and reusable. The permissions are granted by the creators in their accounts. Just be sure to give credit and cite your sources if you do use one. We're going to choose this one by Kaylin Chu. Notice that when we go into her presentation, it identifies the Prezi as public and reusable, so we know we're okay with acceptable use. We can also use the arrow keys to scan through the presentation, and you can see exactly how the panning and zooming makes the presentation much more engaging than the typical PowerPoint. Students feel like they are inside the presentation, and it grabs their attention. One last thing to look at here, you can see this Make a Copy button. When you click on that button, the website will copy the Prezi to your own dashboard and bring it up. Using a pre-made Prezi can be extremely helpful in the classroom. Why reinvent the wheel after all? However, sometimes you really just want to create your own. Maybe you can't find something you want to use, or maybe you really just want to teach something in a certain way. From your dashboard, you have the option of creating your own Prezi. Simply click on the New Prezi button in the main area of your dashboard. The first thing you'll do is choose a template to start from. You can choose to start with a blank slate, but for the beginning, it's best to have the template ready to go. You can always tweak it if it isn't exactly what you want. Look around and choose the template you think is the most appropriate for your subject, or just the one that appeals to you the most. Once you've selected one, and we'll choose the road ahead, you select the Use Template button. Your Prezi template will be loaded, and you can begin editing. Let's take a quick look at the editing screen before I show you how to add in information. First, the main part of the screen is your canvas. You can scroll your mouse wheel to zoom in or zoom out, or you can use these buttons over on the right-hand side. Over on the left of the canvas, you have the individual frames of your Prezi. By clicking on the plus sign, you can add another section, or by clicking on each individual frame, you can go directly to that section of the Prezi. You can also right-click on the frames to add voiceovers, edit the zooming path, or copy and delete entire frames. And then at the top of the screen, you have basic Prezi tools. You can see the name of your Prezi here. Ours is untitled for now. Undo and redo action arrows, or you can save it by clicking on the little disc. Saving is done automatically every couple of minutes if you're working online, but it's always good to ensure you saved your work. In the center of the top toolbar, you have the ability to add items to the Prezi in the Insert button, or you can customize the colors and backgrounds. We'll take a closer look at inserting media when we get into editing some of the frames, but the Customization button will bring up possible color themes you can switch to and allow you to change the background picture, or even change your theme again if you decide you're not happy with it. And then on the right side of the top toolbar, you can present your Prezi, see what it looks like full screen, share it with a collaborator, where you both can make some real-time edits to the Prezi, or you can download it for offline viewing and storage. You can also find help and the exit here. I kind of like this theme as it is, and I don't really want to change any of the colors around. So I'm going to go directly to my title page, click on frame 1, and then I'm going to click in the text box to add my title. I can play around with the size of my text, and a typical word processing bar is going to show up here at the top where I can change the way it looks, or the size of it, or make it bold. I can center it, bullet points, all those kinds of things. So we're just going to play around here a little bit and get everything the way we think we want it to look. There we go. Down here I'm going to add peanut butter and jelly additions. There we go. Let's make that a little bit smaller. And then we will move it. There we go. All right. I can drag everything exactly where I want it, edit it, delete it if I don't like it there, that kind of thing. And that's our title screen. You can see if you click on frame 2 what the big picture is going to look like, and then we'll start adding the real information in frame 3. Now these are going to look like typical PowerPoint slides, and you can add all the details you want. We're going to start by adding the details, the steps for making the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever. So step 1, and we'll say gather materials. Now I'm going to add some bullet points using that button up there in the little toolbar. And I'm going to start adding my ingredients: 2 slices of sandwich bread, peanut butter, jam or jelly, a table knife, and a plate. Okay, but this looks pretty boring, so I'm going to try and spice up my page. I can spice up the page by adding images of my materials. So if we go back up to the top of my canvas, we can see that insert menu I mentioned earlier. By clicking on the pull down menu, I can see all the different kinds of things that I can add to my frame here. I'm going to add some images, but I could add a YouTube video, I could add symbols or shapes, I could draw lines, highlighter, I can even add background music and other things. We're going to stick with images for now. And I am going to choose a picture either that I've saved to my computer, or I can search Google and find an image of bread. But since I want to avoid having to add citations and things on this particular page, I'm going to pick some pictures that I've already chosen here. I put them in the desktop. If it's too large, you need to resize it. Just takes a moment. And then we're going to start, we're going to leave that up here. We'll start putting our pictures of our ingredients. And again, all I'm doing when I'm doing this is selecting the file. I already found it in my folder, and then I'm just selecting it, opening it, resizing it, and then adding it in. Ooh, that one's really big. I'll have to fix that in a second. Okay, so now all of my images are effectively placed in my frame. I'm just going to resize a bit because that plate does not need to be massive. Neither does the knife for that matter. Make it more to size, I guess. The star really should be the peanut butter. Let's make the peanut butter a little bit bigger. And the jelly. A little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. That's pretty close. All right, so now I've got my frame 1 all done. Then I'm just going to go from frame to frame, adding the information and detailing each step of my process. Okay, so there's one last thing I'm going to show you about creating your own Prezi using a template, and that is adding a YouTube video. So on my last frame, my frame 10, I am going to be inserting a YouTube video. So I'm going to go up to my insert button, choose the YouTube video, and what I need here is a link. If you go into YouTube and you go over to share, it'll pop up with this great link you can copy and paste. So you use Control-C and then Control-V to just insert it. So what that's going to do once I press the button is bring my little video into my Prezi, and I can position it wherever I want to. I'm going to go ahead and set it here. And then that's it. Now I have a YouTube video at the very end of my Prezi. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've added the rest of the information into my presentation on how to make a sandwich. And I'm going to play it for you here while I just sum up so you can see and get the full picture of what a Prezi presentation is like. So in the end, after I've added all the details, I have a presentation that I can show my students that will capture their attention from the very beginning and the very first transition. It's unique and it's current. The zooming and panning Prezi uses gives an exciting feel to the information, and I can even add various types of media quickly and easily. The Prezi method of presentation can make flipped learning more effective and more captivating, so it would be a great tool to add to your flipped learning arsenal. Happy flipping!